Hello, everybody. I'm Jessica Bobo, and I am here to talk to you guys about something that we all struggle with, I think, especially in today's day and age. Rest and de-stress. It's like there's not enough hours in the day. Would we even sleep? Like, I wonder, like, I've always thought to myself, like, well, what if there was just a couple more hours in today? Like, can we just add a couple more hours? But then I think, well, what would I do with those hours? I'd fill them up probably with something else, and I wouldn't take time. I wouldn't rest probably. So I'm excited to talk to you guys about this topic today because I think it's really important that we just take time. We find that time. We declutter. We do things to kind of just refocus and rediscover ourselves and what's important to us, and prioritize some things so we can fit rest into our days. So just to give you a little bit of information about me, I'm a mom of 3 children. I have a 17-year-old daughter, and I have 2 boys, and then I have another son. He's my second son, my bonus son, that I have 2 of them actually. I'm with my husband now, who are visiting for the summer. We've got Tyler here with us too. So 4 kids in my house, and it's busy. I'm busy all the time. So I wake up pretty early on many of the mornings. I get up at 4:30 a.m. I also teach classes at a gym here local, here in Ogden, Utah. And some of my classes start early, like 5:30 in the morning. So I'm up at 4:30 on some days. I'm teaching a class at 5:30, and then sometimes I'm teaching a second morning class a little bit later on. So I come home just enough time to feed the kids and, you know, kind of tidy things up a little bit just to be out the door again. And then just all the normal things that come along with being a mom, who's also trying to run a home business with doTERRA essential oils. But I am cooking, cleaning, laundry, sweeping, rearing up my children. And so it's busy, right? With all the meals and all the planning and all the routine of the day. Breathe, right? When do I find time to breathe? Hi, there's one of my little ones right there. When do I have time to sit and just, you know, do nothing? And that doesn't really exist for me, and probably for you too. We all have busy schedules, whether we are stay at home, you know, with our families, or if that's our role, is to stay at home with our kids and raise our children, or at work if we're working. We're all pretty busy. And so maybe you can relate to that thought too about adding hours onto the day. But then ask yourself, well, what would you do with that time? If you wouldn't rest during that time or do something enjoyable, maybe we need to realign and adjust some things. So for this first section today, I'm just going to talk to you guys about de-stressing. doTERRA has some great essential oils that we can talk about too that I'm going to bring up. But we teach in our classes all the time that this what we do and what we're coaching you with today, and some of the other coaches here on our team, it's about lifestyle. So I could tell you all the essential oils in the book that can help you with de-stressing and calming the mind and relaxing and letting go. But if you don't put to practice the skills or put to practice those things that kind of marry that essential oil, the little activities that I'll mention today, then good luck. So basically what I'm trying to say is there's some great things that you can do actively while you also use the essential oils in your life to promote that mental, spiritual, emotional state of de-stressing and easing maybe some of the anxiety and promoting rest. And so they go hand in hand. So with that, we'll go ahead and get started with just some few tips on how to de-stress first. So one of the first things that, and you've probably read this online, psychologists and doctors will tell you, and spiritual books out there. I know I've got my Bible talk to me about being still, right? Pausing during the day and reflecting. So I think that's really important to have that during your day. Like, just take a moment, maybe a couple minutes or a minute or two here and there, a few times throughout your day, where you can just pause and be still. A couple years ago, I downloaded this app, and it was hooked up to my Apple Watch, and it it was called Breathe. It was a Breathe app. Hold on, babe. I'm almost done. I'll be down in a second. I'm teaching my class. You want to come? Yes. Sorry. Yes. So it was a Breathe app that hooked up to my watch, and every time it would like buzz my hand, like every hour, every couple hours, you could set it, and it was a reminder just to pause and breathe. And then they have other ones that that promote standing up, even like it'll remind you to take a stand, and so there's things out there that can help you. But I think that's really important throughout your days, if you can just pause for a few moments. And what that will do for you is, first, it will clear the mind, as we can be so zoned in on things sometimes. Even with our work, at work, you're so zoned in on something that maybe you miss a detail here and there, or you miss the bigger picture of something if we zone in so much on what we're doing. So if you take a moment and pause, clear your mind, disengage from whatever it is that you're doing in that moment, just briefly. It's okay. It's going to be there 2 minutes from now, I promise. But just take a moment and just clear the mind, breathe a few times, and then you can maybe get back to it. If you want to write a few things down, you can, just so you don't forget wherever you are on track. But yeah, I think that's really important, and it can help just reset, realign, reset the mind, and de-stress a little bit, declutter the mind. All right. The next thing I'm going to talk to you about is about being active. So pausing and having a moment to be still is important, and I think that's extra important because we are so busy. But I think being active as well is equally important, because we can sit. I mean, some of us have jobs where you're sitting all day long, and then you get home, or maybe you're running around at work all day long. You're being active by moving, but you're mentally you're not pausing in the mind or letting go in the mind. So you're busy and busy. So I think being active to enjoy something that is going to be uplifting to your soul and to your body as well is so important. Go for a walk outside. Stop to smell the roses. We've all heard that, right? Practice yoga, meditations. Go for a run. We're here in Utah. We love to hike. So, find a nice small trail that you can hike. Or be active with your kids too. I mean, sometimes I have to separate myself from my kids for my time on that, because we are active. We're a pretty active family. But I know for us, sometimes it's important to just have our time too. So don't feel guilty for that, you moms and dads maybe too. So take time for yourself, right? Maybe be active with your kids, promote that type of lifestyle for them, but take that time for yourself too, to enjoy something that you like to do. That's some type of fun physical activity. Okay. Prepare. This is another really great tip, I think, that I started doing years ago, and it's like I'm seeing my daughter, who's 17, start to do this too, and I'm like, thank God, because I struggled with this in my just getting out of high school and getting my life established. I didn't do this at all, and I was a mess. So now I feel like, I'm still a mess, but I prepare most of the time. But basically preparing for tomorrow. So doing things that are going to help set you up for success for the next day. And what I mean by that is getting maybe your clothes laid out the night before. Maybe right before you go to bed, kind of go through what you're going to wear and put it out. So in the morning, you're not focused on trying to figure that out in the morning while getting yourself out the door. So have clothes laid out. Maybe prepare your meal as well. If you eat during you know, if you eat at work or something, and sometimes we buy what's convenient. So we'll take our lunch break and go and get something fast food, and that's not really wholesome for your bodies, right? So if you prepare your meal the night before and have it ready to go, then that's one less thing that you have to think about in the morning. Something that we like to do too that I enjoy, so when I cook my meals, typically I prepare a whole week's lunches with the meal that I'm making for that night. So one night out of the week, last night we had a couple friends over, Mark and Johnny, and we had like a teriyaki chicken on the grill and some rice, a teriyaki rice with some cucumbers and avocado and a whole big thing of vegetables. And I just overloaded. I mean, I cooked all the chicken that I had. I cooked all the rice. Well, not all the rice, it's a lot. But I did cook a lot of rice and a big old bag of vegetables. And we had plenty of food to eat. And then all the leftovers we put in these little containers to freeze. And it sets my husband up for his lunches in the morning, and even for me as a stay-at-home busy mom, I don't want to think it's easy to throw something together for the kids, and for me that's a quick, easy way to throw it in the microwave and it's there and ready. I don't have to think about it. So preparing the night before is such a great way to set you up for success the next day. Also, maybe if you have events that you're doing the next day, if there's appointments that need to be met, or if you're doing something fun with the kids, discuss those things the night before, or maybe at the dinner table. So it's not a surprise the next day. If there's a doctor's appointment needs to happen, and then you're dealing with kids like, oh, why, or whatever. So it's just a way to prepare their minds for what's to come. So I think that's a great way to prepare for tomorrow too. Taking care of these small details before you go to bed will just make things smoother. It helps set up your day. So just a great little tip there to add for de-stressing. Avoiding screen time. We could all use some of this, right? As we sit here and chat on Facebook together. No, I'm saying it's so important that we, again, disengage from our devices. We practice this with my kids. We have a limit on how much they're supposed to be online during the day with their videos and stuff. So at nighttime, I think it's so important because you want low lighting anyway. You're kind of calming the mind. And when we have our eyes and our mind dedicated to the screen and we're kind of doing through the scroll thing, we're not going to disengage. We're not going to prepare our mind for rest. So instead of staring at your phone right before bed, put it away. Put on some cozy pajamas. We'll talk about diffusing essential oils here in a second, but you set your body and your mind up for that time to decompress, to rest, and get ready for a good night's sleep. You can take a nice relaxing bath. You can read a devotional maybe, or a book to help. I know I like to read on my device, and I know some other people too, and you can set those settings even on your device where it's black lit instead of light lit, so you've got a black background so the light's really, really low. And I don't even last maybe 10 minutes reading my book, and I'm like, ready to go to sleep. So reflecting is also another great thing that you can do to avoid screen time, to give yourself something to do to kind of help have the mind start to come down. Limit those activities that are going to engage your thoughts and your mind, slowing the mind down. All right, and that leads us into the rest portion. So we talked a lot about things you could do to de-stress, but the second part of this discussion I'm having with you today is about resting. So de-stressing and rest. We don't have enough rest. I was reading something on the internet that I was preparing for a couple months ago, and I was so shocked to see that Americans we don't rest. We will maybe have 4 hours of sleep a night, and our bodies don't function optimally at that level with only 4 hours of sleep. Our bodies need 7 hours of sleep, 8 hours of sleep for optimal performance the next day, and not just our bodies but our minds. So rest is so, so, so important. And I have to ask, am I the only one that looks forward to sleep? Like that moment where the head just can hit the pillow? There's like We get so busy that we're just ready to just dump at the end of the day, where it's like, don't want to think of anything. I just want to hit my head on the pillow, close my eyes, and crash, right? That's what we're doing right now. We're crashing. Our systems are crashing because we don't have the rest that we need. We don't have the balance. I love feeling a good night's rest. I like feeling wrapped up in my blankets, my head on a pillow, and I like the feeling the next morning also when I know I did have a good night's sleep, okay? And oftentimes when we're so busy and we crash, we wake up and we're still feeling groggy because we didn't get the rest that we needed. So we talked about kind of things that you can help do to promote a good night's rest. Before bedtime, taking a bath, kind of deconnecting or disengaging from screens and devices. Those are all great things to kind of set yourself up. Diffusing essential oils, we're going to talk about those here in just a second, but rest is so important. So make the time, give yourself a bedtime because it's important that your body and your mind gets that rest. Okay. All right, some essential oils. Let's talk about these. All right, doTERRA has some great essential oils. I've got a whole bunch up here and actually a product that I'm going to talk about here as well to help with resting. But doTERRA has some great essential oils to help promote de-stressing and rest. So Balance Essential Oil right here was created to help ground your emotions. It's a blend of essential oils formulated to help with emotional balance. It helps to create that sense of grounding, sense of focus. It also helps promote a sense of calmness and well-being. So some of the essential oils that are included in the Balance blend are spruce, wood, frankincense, which is a great essential oil. All of these are wonderful. Blue tansy, which is a cousin of Roman chamomile. It's a calming, and it has a blue hue to it. So when you go to use Balance and you look at it after you maybe apply it to your finger or something, you'll notice it's got like a blue hint to it. It also has blue chamomile in it, and then it's got a base of fractionated coconut oil. But Balance Essential Oil is a great grounding blend to kind of put on first, actually. They found that also when you use Balance, if you're combining or if you're blending it with other oils, Balance can actually help those be a great base essential oil to apply before you put the other oils on that you're going to use, and it actually helps those oils be more effective as well. All right, doTERRA is a Serenity Essential Oil. Oh, how to use Balance. You can diffuse it. I like putting Balance in this diffuser. Like it's just a little neck diffuser. Rosie was talking about these awesome diffuser earrings yesterday, and I was like, I need those. But this is awesome too because you just put a few drops. I use typically Balance and Serenity together, or I'll use Balance and Wild Orange. I'll go back and forth. And you can take these little felt balls out and change them out with the ones you want if you're switching the oils around. But if I need a moment, a de-stress, declutter moment, or a mommy timeout, because you know what, my kids need times out, I need a timeout too every once in a while. So I'll go sit and I'll just it smells great. It's wonderful. It just kind of helps uplift the mood, and just, I mean, when you inhale essential oils, it goes right to olfactory, past that blood-brain barrier, and it's going to have an emotional effect very quickly. So I love using it aromatically, diffusing it. You can apply it to your pulse points too, kind of behind the neck and the ears, or in the back of the neck too, to help. If you're sensitive to smells, you can always put any of the essential oils on the bottoms of your feet too, and it will have an effect that way. So that's Balance. Serenity is a great essential oil to promote sleep and rest and calming. It helps to relax and lessen the feelings of tension. It's a perfect oil to use while falling asleep. It's great. My kids use this at night too. I just kind of put it right here in the center of their forehead. And I've used this for years to help promote a good night's sleep. It smells great, and Serenity is a blend of essential oils. It has lavender in it. We're going to talk about lavender here in a second. It has cedar wood, and I have cedar wood here too. It has wood, ylang ylang, marjoram, Roman chamomile, vetiver, vanilla, and Hawaiian sandalwood. I just got Hawaiian sandalwood actually the other day in my package. I wanted that one. I hadn't had it yet. So I'm glad I have that one as a single oil too, but it's in this blend as well. Great for promoting sleep. doTERRA Console, which I don't have with me here, it's a perfect oil to end a hard day. Busy, stressful day. Console is to help just kind of, again, create feelings of comfort. It creates feelings of hope. If you're feeling overwhelmed, Console is a great essential oil to diffuse. Some other ones, some single oils I'll talk about here now are, I didn't have this one in the slide, but I want to talk about Elevation really quick as well. Elevation is a joyful blend, and I love this essential oil. I love using this one when I'm decluttering. So if I'm cleaning up my house, if I am getting rid of things, Elevation and lemongrass is another one for letting go. This is a great essential oil to just kind of promote those thoughts and those feelings that are easy for me to just let things go that maybe I've been holding on to for a long time, and I just need to let it go. I've had it. It's sat in my closet for a year, and I didn't do anything with it, so it's time to let it go, whatever it is, right? Okay, some other ones. Lemongrass. I just kind of had this one up, so I'll talk about lemongrass here in a second. For a second. Lemongrass is an oil to use that's really ideally used in massage therapy. It has a really strong aroma to it. I've actually used this one in my water on accident when I was trying to put lemon in my water, put lemongrass in my water, and went to go teach a class. And I took my first sip right there in my class, and I was like, whoa, this is strong. So it heightens your awareness, and it promotes a positive outlook on life. So again, trying to declutter, lemongrass is a good one to diffuse or to apply on pulse points. It also helps promote circulation and things like that too. So cedarwood, it's got properties that will help soothe your mind and body. It's got a warming aroma to it. It helps to relax the environment. Like I mentioned, it is in the Serenity Essential Oil. And cedarwood, there's research being done about cedarwood on how it affects our REM sleep. So cedarwood it helps promote you going into that deep rest, dream-like sleep at nighttime. If you want to try and remember those dreams at night, I would try out some cedarwood. Maybe add an extra drop with your Serenity at nighttime, because there's some great studies about how it does. It helps promote that REM dream state of sleeping. All right. Neroli. I have a fun little story about neroli. I love this essential oil, and I loved using doTERRA essential oils. They're my first ones I go to, right? But before doTERRA had a neroli, I used neroli from another company because I love the aroma of it. So when doTERRA announced last convention that they were bringing this essential oil, I was jumping in the room. I was so happy because I know the quality of this oil is going to be far above any other company. But neroli touch is derived from the flowers of our bitter orange, wild orange tree. So now we pretty much have the whole tree, and I'm going to talk about petitgrain in a second. So we have the wild orange, which comes from the peel of the orange tree, or the orange. There's the neroli, which comes from the leaves, and it comes from the twigs and branches. And, neroli comes from the flowers. Petitgrain comes from the twigs and the leaves and the branches. So neroli is from the blossom. Excuse me on that one. It's from the flower of the tree, and it is wonderful. Like I said, I've been using this for a really, really long time, so I was really excited that doTERRA was getting this one. Neroli there's lots of research about this essential oil on how it instills a relaxing, uplifting mood, and it helps to reduce feelings of anxiousness, and it pretty much promotes an overall well-being. The aroma of neroli is just beautiful. It also can be considered as like an aphrodisiac as well. But anyway, getting into it for de-stressing. I love that because it helps promote any anxious feelings that I'm having. Applying it to pulse points on the backs of the necks, on the wrists. I've also put neroli over my heart, and it's a great essential oil to just, again, de-stress. All right, petitgrain, I talked about that one just for a quick second. It's part of that same tree. And it also has calming and relaxing benefits. It helps relieve tension. It helps de-stress. So diffusing petitgrain, again, same types of ways, is great. All right. And lavender, the last one I'm going to talk about today for essential oils anyway. This is the Swiss Army knife of essential oils. Lavender has so many wonderful benefits. In ancient times, it was used by the Egyptians and Romans for like bathing, for relaxing, for cooking. It was used as perfume as well. It has so many calming and relaxing qualities to it. I spent some time overseas, and one of the coolest things was seeing those ancient Roman bathhouses, right? Maybe seen pictures, or if you spent some time in Italy. I lived in Turkey, and we actually see the influence of those Roman bathhouses even in Turkey there, that they used in ancient times. So it's awesome, the benefits that come with lavender. It helps promote a peaceful night's sleep. It's one of the leading essential oils in the Serenity Blend. And it also helps promote ease feelings. It helps to ease feelings of tension and of stress. So lavender, it's a great one. The Serenity soft gels I want to talk about here real quick. So Serenity essential oil is you're supposed to use this one just externally. It's for topical or aromatic use. This blend of essential oils, you can actually, they've made a soft gel for. And so this isn't one you'd want to take internally, but this is. You can take this. And the blend is slightly different. And it's safe and effective that you can take internally. And your recommended amount for these is 1 to 2 caplets or capsules before you go to sleep. And it contains lavender essential oil. And it just helps, again, helps slow the brain down, kind of come into a relaxing state of mind, so you can get a better night's sleep. I have used these, and I've been using actually the last couple nights to prepare for this class, and I don't feel groggy at all in the morning when I take these. It does help me get into that deep, deep sleep. I'll tell you that for sure. I've remembered my dreams from last night and the night before and the night before. So you do get into a really deep sleep with these, but you also feel great when you wake up. You don't feel groggy. It's a great essential oil capsule that you can take to promote a good rest, good night's sleep. All right, last thing I just want to talk about real quickly, to help, another tip that I think is so important for de-stressing and rest is your multivitamins. I take the Lifelong Vitality vitamins every single day. Those vitamins have properties, they're blended and formulated so that I'm getting the nutrients that my body needs. I'm providing my body with the omegas and those fatty acids that are going to help promote healthy growth of brain cells, joint cells, those things like that. And then it's got a cellular complex blend that's going to help promote every single cell in my body to function at its best, right? The Lifelong Vitality vitamins are crucial for me to just make sure I'm taking care of my body. And it helps with my energy throughout the day, provided that I have that energy. And then, I think it also helps with my resting as well. So I'm not functioning during my day on fumes, right? On those gasoline fumes from the day before or the night before. It just helps provide my body with the energy needed. It's a must-have in our home and what I use every single day. So it has 3 supplements. It's got the Z-omegas, which is your omegas, your fatty acids, and then it has your VMZs, which is your vitamins, your minerals, essential vitamins and minerals that aren't provided in your body. Your body doesn't make these, and oftentimes they're deficient in our daily diet. So they meet that need there. And then the cellular complex is the alpha CRX, and that is the one that, or I'm sorry, alpha CRS. It's cellular vitality complex, and it helps promote energy of the cells. It helps healthy reproduction of the cells. Because as we age, our cellular function starts to deteriorate. We start to get our vitality and our energy starts to kind of slow down. We decrease our energy and our performance as we age, and also because of oxidative stress, the things that we are exposed to internally and externally are going to cause cellular damage. So the blend with the cellular, the alpha CRS, helps protect those cells. It helps strengthen the cells, get those cells running at optimum level, and providing the energy that we need during the day to function, to have energy, and to be well overall. So great products there about the Lifelong Vitality vitamins. All right. So with that, I just want to wrap up a few things about de-stressing and resting. So routine and consistency is going to be your most important thing. So set yourself up for success. Prepare for the day before. Prepare for the next day, the evening before. Getting those clothes ready, getting those meals ready, whatever it is. Communicating with your family the day ahead. And follow through with it. So keep that routine going every single day if you can. Give yourself grace when you don't, but try and be consistent. Routine is going to be most important with de-stressing. The worst plans are the ones never kept. So you want to make sure that you're following through with your intentions, and grace yourself with 10 minutes each day. Start with just 10 minutes where you're going to plan ahead, right? And then give yourself those rests, those pauses during the day too that are so important. Be active. Go out and take a walk today. Enjoy the flowers. Enjoy the air. Maybe here in Utah, if you're local, wait until it's a little bit cooler. It's been pretty hot out here lately. So maybe pick a time during the day where you're not going to be dreading going outside because it's so hot. But maybe in the nice cool night, go out for a short walk or something, just to help clear your mind and get yourself ready for the evening time and restings. Share your experiences with others too. I love sharing my tips with you and with others. It's encouraging for me to keep going and to keep following through with what I plan to, but it also motivates others too. We're not alone. I'm not alone. You're not alone. We're all in the same struggle together, trying to find more time during the day and trying to add more seconds to our sleep. So share your experiences with others. Help be a motivator. Help encourage. And take that time. Thank you for joining me today with de-stressing and resting. I hope you learned something. I'd love to hear some of your tips in the comments below. So if you have something that you want to share it. We want to hear it. Or if there's something that maybe resonated with you, or plan ahead now and put maybe something in the comments on how you're going to focus on de-stressing your day today and helping to promote some rest tonight, this evening. All right, thanks you guys.